In last lecture, I was completed how to find out the stresses in beam. At top 5 stresses, at bottom 5 stresses, what are the formulae that I was covered. Now I want to solve one simple problem on that stresses calculation. Now already I have told you that the stresses are developed due to one, due to the external load. Due to external load, bending stresses are developed. The external load is dead load or live load in form of UDL or in form of point load that you have to consider. And M by Z is the formula to find out the bending stresses. Another one stress is developed due to the pre-stressing force. Due to the pre-stressing force. When the pre-stressing force is concentric, only direct stress is developed P by A, and when the pre-stressing force is eccentric, when the pre-stressing force is having a eccentricity, so the bending stress is also developed due to the eccentricity of a pre-stressing force. Okay, so that I was told you yesterday. Okay. Now I am going to solve one problem related to that stresses calculation. This question was asked in November 2000, on 2016 for 17 marks. First I will read it and I will tell you how to solve this problem. Simply supported pre-stressed concrete rectangular beam. Simply supported pre-stressed concrete rectangular beam of section 350 mm by 550 mm is loaded with total UDL. The total UDL is given. Total UDL is given, isn't it? Total UDL is given, but the intensity of UDL is kilometer. The unit of UDL is kilometer, 300 kilometer. But we know that the unit of UDL is kilometer per meter. That you have to convert. Over a span of 8 meters, sketch the distribution of stresses at mid-span and end section. If pre-stressing force is 1820 kN and tendon is, tendon is, cable is, first case is concentric, there is no eccentricity, and second case it is eccentric. Eccentric, located at 180 mm above the bottom fiber. Located at 180 mm above the bottom fiber. First I will collect all this data and then I will solve this problem. Case 1, case 2 like this. Okay. So first I will draw this. Now in that I want to solve case number 1. I want to solve case number 1. What is the case number 1? The case number 1 is tendon is concentric. Tendon is, there is no eccentricity. There is no eccentricity. Now, what is the cross section of beam? The cross section of beam is already given. This is 350 mm. 350 mm by 550 mm is the cross section of beam. Okay. These are the axes. This is a vertical axis, this is a horizontal axis, and this is the CG of concrete. But tendon is concentric. That means the tendon is exactly lies on a CG of a concrete. Okay. Now I want to rough these things. Okay. 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 Now I want to sketch the longitudinal section of the beam. So this is the longitudinal section of the beam. Okay. and it carries a UDL. It carries a UDL of intensity. So it is total UDL of 300 kilonewton. Total UDL of 300 kilonewton, and the span of beam is 8 meter. Span of beam is 8 meter. Okay. So this is the CD of concrete. So this is the CD of concrete, and the tendon is concentric. Exactly, the tendon is at the center. Tendon is at the center, and the prestressing force is provided. Prestressing force is provided. So what is the prestressing force? Prestressing force is 1820 kilonewton. 1820 kilonewton. And now tendon is concentric. Tendon is concentric means there is no eccentricity of a tendon with respect to CG of a concrete. Now, what is the UDL? UDL is given 300 kilonewton, but we know that the UDL, the perfect unit of UDL is kilonewton per meter. You have to convert that value into kilonewton per meter. That is, you have to divide it by 300 divided by span 8 meter. 300 divided by span 8 meter. So we get the intensity of UDL is 37.5 kilonewton, and this UDL is including dead load and live load, because in the question there is no separate dead load and live load is given. Total load is given. Total load means it including dead load and live load. Okay. Now what we have to do? First, we have to calculate the direct stress developed due to the prestressing force, because the prestressing force applied axially. So first we have to find out the direct stress P by A. P is known 1820. A is the area of concrete. A is the area of concrete. Okay, P by A is simple to calculate. Then what? The bending stress developed due to the bending stress developed due to the UDL. It is, so what is the formula of bending stress? The bending stress is M upon I is equal to stress divided by Y. That formula we have already known in Sum 1, and that formula, simple conversion is bending stress is equal to M by Z. Bending stress is equal to, so we know that the bending stress is equal to M by Z. Now what is the Z? So Z is equal to I by Y. So for calculation of bending stress, you need M, bending moment obviously. Again you need a Z, I by Y. So first you have to calculate all these things. Then find out the stresses, and then find out the stresses. But in this question, the stresses are required. In this question, the stresses are required at mid span and at end section. At mid span, that means at mid of the beam, and at end of the beam, the stresses are required. Okay. The first case is this. Okay. Now I am going to calculate the bending moment due to the external load. So what is the bending moment? So bending moment at center. At center means it is mid span. Bending moment at center means it is mid span, and we know that for simply supported beam, the maximum bending moment is W square by 8. For simply supported beam, the maximum bending moment is W square by 8. So we know that W, it is 37.5. Span is 8 meter divided by 8. So what is the value? 37.5 into 8 divided by 8. The value is 300 kilonewton meter. I will calculate again. 37.5 into 8 divided by 8. Yes, it is 300. 300 kilonewton meter is the bending moment M. due to the external load, the bending moment M is equal to 300 kilonewton meter, but it is at midspan. We know that in SOM 1, at midspan the bending moment is maximum, and at end the bending moment is 0. We know that. Okay, so at end section the bending moment is 0, at end span the bending moment is 0. We know this. So bending moment is already we have calculated now. Now the next one term is seriously required. That term is I by Y means Z. I by Y means Z, sectional modulus. So I will calculate. How to calculate sectional modulus? So sectional modulus Z. First you collect all these things. And put in the formula and find out the stresses. Okay. So what is the Z? This figure is symmetrical figure. How it is symmetrical? Because the x-axis exactly lies center of this beam, This beam is symmetrical beam. When the section is symmetrical, for symmetrical section, Z top and Z bottom is same. Sectional modulus at top and sectional modulus at bottom is same. So what is the Z top and Z bottom? We know that it is I by Y. Now the bending of this beam due to the external load is related to the x-axis. You have to put here x. Remember that bending of this beam due to the external load is related to x-axis. So it is Ix. So we know that 1 by 12 BD cube is the formula of Ix. Now what is the Y? Y is nothing but exactly half of the depth. So this is the Y. We know that in SOM 2. We have already done these things in direct and bending stresses. Okay. So what is the Y? Y is depth by 2. Y is depth by 2 is the depth by 2. Okay. This is. Now I am going to calculate it. So this 1 by 12, width is 350, depth is 550 cube divided by 550 by 2 divided by 550 by 2. So I will calculate 1 by 12 into 350 into 550 into 550. Sorry, 112 BD cube. 1 by 12 into 350 into 550 cube. This term is 4.85 into 10 raised to 9 mm raised to 4 because it is moment of inertia. And what is the 550 by 2? It is simple, it is 275 mm. Then what is the value of Z? The value of Z is 4.85 into 10 raised to 9 divided by 275. The value is 17.63 into 10 raised to 6 mm cube. The moment of inertia is in mm4. The Y is in mm. So you have to cancel 1 mm. You have to cancel mm cube. So we know the value of Z top and Z bottom is same. It is 17.63 into 10 raised to 6 mm cube. 6 mm cube. So these are the calculations. These are the terms we require to find out stresses. So I by Y already we have calculated. Okay, and all these things we have calculated. Now we have to find out the stresses. Isn't it? Again we need the P by A term. Okay. Now in this case you have to find out the stresses. Sorry. Where tendon is concentric, you have to find out the stresses at center, you have to find out the stresses at end. And when tendon is constant eccentric, you have to find out the stresses at center, you have to find out the stresses at end. Okay. So now I am going to calculate stresses calculation. Stresses calculation. Okay. So first we find the top fiber stress. Stresses calculation at mid span. Stresses calculation at mid span, isn't it? So what is the top fiber? The stresses are developed due to axial pre-stressing force. It is P by A. It is always compressive. Then stresses are developed due to the external loading, due to dead load, due to line load. But in this problem, the dead load, line load is combined. So it is M by Z. And we are calculating the stresses at top. That means you have to put it at top. Now, the next term, the bending stress due to the eccentricity of a tendon is absent here because because the tendon is concentric, there is no eccentricity. So that bending stress is nil here. So only you have to consider these two terms. Other terms are absent. So what to do? So top fiber stress P is 1820 into 10 raised to 3. Resisting force is known. What is the area of the concrete? Area of concrete is it is 350 into 550. Now what is the M? Now we are calculating the stresses at mid span. At mid span, the bending moment is 300 kN meter. So 300 into 10 raised to 6 you have to put here. Simply to convert this value into Newton mm. What is the Z? Z top and Z bottom is same because the section is symmetrical section. 17.63. 17.63 into 10 raised to 6. Now calculate it. So top fiber stress is, so I will calculate 1820 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 350 into 550. Okay. 1820 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 350 into 550. It is 9.45. 300 into 10 to 6 divided by 17.63 into 10 raised to 6. It is 17.01. You add it. When you add it plus 9.45, the value is 26.46 megapascal. So this is the top fiber stress and the value is positive. Okay. Now what to do? You have to find out the bottom fiber stress. Same formula to put but change sign. So this formula is P by A. Don't change sign of this term. Only change the sign of this term. It is minus M by Z top. So this term is 9.45. We know that already we have calculated this term 9.45, and this term is M by Z term is again same, M by Z term is same. It is minus 17.01. So 9.45 minus 17.01. The value is minus 7.56 megapascal. Now the bottom fiber stresses are in tension. Then how to plot the diagram? So I want to plot this diagram here. Okay. So I will rough this. There is no more term is required. Okay. So I will rough this. So I want to plot this diagram here. So top fiber stress and bottom fiber stress. So top fiber stress is, this is the baseline. So top fiber stress is 26.46 megapascal, and now bottom fiber stress is negative to plot this side. So this is 7.56 megapascal, and you have to join like this, same simple. So this is positive and this is negative. So this is a stress diagram. This stress distribution at mid-span. This is stress distribution at mid-span. So it's a mid-span stress distribution at mid-span. Now you have to calculate the same stresses at end section. Now stresses calculation at end section. End span. Okay, what will you do? Now the formula top fiber stress, bottom fiber stress is same. The formula top fiber stress and bottom fiber stress is same. Okay, but I need these values. I will write down the bending moment is where I will write down here. Bending moment is 300 kilonewton meter. Okay, Z is 17.63 into 10 raised to 6 mm cube. Okay, because I need these values. Now what to do? I will tell you. Stresses calculation at end span. Top fiber stress is P by A, M by Z. So what is the P? P is 1820 into 10 raised to 3 divided by area is 350 into 550, isn't it? But this term is present? No, because the bending moment at end span section is 0. So this term is obviously 0. So already we have the value of this term. This term is 1820 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 350 into 550. The term is 9.45 megapascal. 9.45 megapascal, isn't it? Now, what is the bottom fiber stress? Bottom fiber stress is P by A and minus this term minus M by Z bottom. So P by A term is already, we know this term. This term is 9.45. This term is 0. So answer is 9.45 megapascal. 9.45 megapascal. So these are the stresses at top fiber and bottom fiber at end section. I will draw here. I will draw this figure here. Okay. So at top fiber stress is 9.45. Top fiber stress is 9.45 megapascal, isn't it? And bottom fiber stress is same and it is positive, so to plot on same side 9.45 megapascal and you have to join this. It is total compression. So these are the stress distribution of beam. This is stress distribution at mid span and this is the stress distribution at end span. So this is stress distribution at end span and this is stress distribution at mid span, isn't it? Is it clear to you? Now what have to do? Now you have to find out the stresses when tendon is eccentric. Now I will rub this. Okay. Now you go for the next case. Case 2. When tendon is eccentric. Okay. So again you have to sketch the diagram. Okay. So width of the section is 350. Depth of the section is 550. The previous one diagram is also you have to use if you require. Okay. So this is the x-axis, y-axis, x-axis, and the longitudinal section I want to This is not eccentricity. Now I want to reduce some scale of this figure. Okay, span is 8 meter. Span is 8 meter. Okay. Now, in case 2, as per the question paper, the tendon is 180 mm from bottom fiber. So this is your bottom fiber, and from bottom fiber the tendon is at this location, and exactly it is 180 mm from bottom. It is 180 mm from bottom. But this is a not eccentricity. This is the bottom distance. This is, you have to consider this the bottom distance. Okay. So what is the eccentricity? The eccentricity is nothing but it is the distance of the tendon from CG of concrete. What is the eccentricity? The given value is not. It is the value is not eccentricity. You have to calculate this. Okay. So the tendon is provided like this. So tendon is provided like this here. So this is a constant eccentricity. Okay. So what is the eccentricity? So we know that 550 by 2. We know that 550 by 2, this distance is 275. From this 275, you have to deduct the 180. You have to deduct the 180. 275 minus 180, the answer is 95. So this distance is 95. So now the eccentricity is 95. Eccentricity is always measured from the CG of concrete up to the CG of steel. CG of steel nothing but the location of a tendon. CG of steel nothing but the location of a tendon, isn't it? So the loading is same as per the previous case. The loading is same. It is 300 kilonewton. Okay. Now what we have to do? Now we have to find out the stresses. Now we have to find out the stresses at midspan and at end. At midspan and at end, using that same formula P by M by Z like this. Okay. So now stresses calculation. Stresses calculation at midspan section. Okay. Now what is the top fiber stress? The direct stress due to processing force is same, P by A, plus bending stress due to the external load is same, M by Z. Now there is one force is developed, one stress is developed at center. At center, due to the eccentricity of that tendon, it is P into E by Z. We are calculating the top fiber stress. We have to put, so that we have to put here top. So what is the sign? So this bending stress is developed due to the eccentricity of a tendon. Due to eccentricity of a tendon, the bending behavior of a beam is in a hogging nature. So we have to put minus. This is also M by Z, but this bending moment is due to the external loading. This is M by Z, but this bending moment is due to the eccentricity of a tendon. Now calculate all stresses because we know the pre-stressing force Z. All these things we know. Now what is the top fiber stress? The top fiber stress is P. P is 1820 into 10 raised to 3. What is the cross-sectional area? It is 350 into 550. Already we have calculated this term. What is the bending moment due to the external load is 300 into 10 raised to 6 because you have to convert this value into the Newton mm. What is the Z? Z top is 17.63 into 10 raised to 6. Okay. Minus, what is the P? P is 1820 into 10 raised to 3. Eccentricity is 95. Eccentricity is 95. Now what is the Z? Z is 17.63 into 10 raised to 6. Now you have to do the calculations. So top fiber stress is Already we know this term 1820 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 350 into 550. It is 9.45. Already we have calculated these things. Divided by 17.63 into 10 raised to 6. This is 17.01. Now minus. What is the this term? 1820 into 10 raised to 3 into 95 divided by 17.63 into 10 raised to 6. This term is 9.80. Now the top fiber stress. Top fiber stress to take the summation. Okay, so 9.45 plus 17.01 minus 9.80. So this is 16.63 Newton per mm square. You can write down megapascal also. Is it clear? Top fiber stress. What is the bottom fiber stress? What is the bottom fiber stress? So P by A. Write down all these terms, but change the sign, including excluding this term. Okay, so P by A minus M by Z bottom plus P into E by Z bottom. Okay, so M by Z is plus, here minus, P by E into Z here minus, you have to put here plus. Now what is the term? P by A term is 9.45. Already we have calculated here, it is 9.45. M by Z term already we have calculated here, it is 17.01. And already we have calculated this term, P into E by Z, it is 9.80. Now what is the value? 9.45 minus 17.01 plus 9.80. This term is 2.2 megapascal. So top fiber stress is positive as well as bottom fiber stress is positive. So what is the stress distribution? So top fiber stress is, it is 16.66 Newton per mm square. And bottom fiber stress is 2.24 Newton per mm square. You have to join like this. It is plus. Top fiber stress is plus as well as bottom fiber stress is plus. That means total concrete is in compression. Total concrete is in compression. Remember that in previous case, when tendon is concentric, the bottom fiber stress at midsection is negative with the little development of a tension. Okay. Now same thing you have to do stress calculation at end span. Stress calculation at end span. Which term is going to cancel here? I am only editing these things. P by A term at end span at this location. P by A term is there because precision force is there. M by Z term is there? No, because at end section the bending moment is 0. So you have to neglect this term. Okay, this term is 0. This term is 0. P into E by Z term is there. S P into E by Z term is there because at end section the tendon is having eccentricity. So due to this eccentricity there is a development of bending moment due to the eccentricity of a prestressing force and development of bending stress. Okay, so this term is there. So what you have to calculate? Simple, you have to edit these things. Remember that this term is 0 and this term is 0. So top fiber stress is somewhat changed. Top fiber stress is 9.45 minus 9.80. It is minus 0.35 megapascal. Okay. So same thing you have to do here. So this term you get cancelled. Okay. So this is 0. This is 0. And what is the summation of these two terms? 9.45 plus 9.80. So this is 19.25, the addition of this term. So these are the stresses. Top fiber stress is under tension minus 0.35, bottom fiber stress is under compression. So what is the stress distribution diagram? The top fiber stress from this baseline I am going to plot the compression plus value at right side of this, minus value at left side of this. So this value is exactly 0.35 megapascal. Look here, and this is the compressed fluid is 19.25 megapascal. So you have to join this. So this is the minus, this is the plus. So this stress distribution for this case at center of the beam, and this stress distribution for this case at end of the beam. So you can write down like this: the stress distribution at mid span and this stress distribution at end span. So this is the completion of this problem. Like this, you have to analyze the beam. Like this, you have to analyze the beam, isn't it?